Hi everybody, it's the day before the Olympics, and so I'm making a video about waterproof makeup and makeup you can wear to work out in. I did a half marathon in January, the Tinkerbell half marathon, which is really great and I highly recommend. It's definitely worth the money. It's fun. You get to run through California Adventure and Disneyland, and it's a really beautiful course, and a lot of the people who do it buy wings and sparkly outfits and run dressed as Tinkerbell. Like 11,000 women and 1,000 men just about. Including some celebrities. Aqua Cream, Makeup Forever Aqua Cream number 13. Makeup Forever Aqua Cream number 15. Here's what 13 looks like in the pot. It's really nice. I've had this for a while. I do not follow those restrictions on how long you can keep stuff because I figure if it's not hurting me, it costs some money and I want to keep using it. This is a nice swatch of that, and you can see that it's got a pretty gold color. So I put this on the eyelid up to the crease and you just rub it in a little bit. It's really good stuff and it lasts, and you don't need primer, which is great. And this one came in the same kit from Sephora with Makeup Forever waterproof stuff. This is number 15 and that's what it looks like on my finger. It's kind of a bronzy, tarnished color. It's good on the crease, or you can do it on the outer third if you're like me and you kind of have deep set eyes and you want to emphasize the outer corners and create kind of a cat eye effect, like here with a wedge of color here. And then I also use it a little bit underneath the eye. These are kind of hard to screw back on Makeup Forever, and it would be nice if there was maybe a gasket or something to keep it from drying out, even though you can sort of scoop off the top if it gets dried out. Just use what's underneath. It lasts a really long time, so it's worth the money. It was still there at the end of the race, and I sweat a lot when I also like this color. This, unfortunately, I think it's shade number 9. It's this really kind of nice corally, peachy pink, and this is good because it can be lipstick and blush if you want. If you want to go for a kind of a light lip, a bright lip that will last for a while. I definitely apply these usually with my fingers. That's what that looks like. You want to blend it in. See how wow, it looks like neon on the monitor. Just a touch on the cheeks. Just a touch, like not even that much. And kind of rub it in and smooth it in at the edges. I use my beauty blender. No idea if this is blending in properly, but it's a really good color. I like these a whole heck of a lot. I know a lot of people have been talking about. This is the Color Tattoo. It's Maybelline Color Tattoo 24 Hour. Why do they make the names of these products so long? I don't know why. I think it's kind of silly, especially I think they're trying to make these drugstore products sound like really fancy, like you got them at a department store. You know, I don't care about that. I just want something that works. Stop being so fancy. Actually, I think it would be a little more chic to be minimalist with your names. Maybelline, Revlon, X Factor, and CoverGirl, L'Oreal. Color is number 5, Too Cool. It's a frosty, definitely frosty white. So it's great on the brow bone. I used it today too, on the brow bone. You gotta be careful because it's pretty strong. I can't blend with that one. I'll blend with this finger. I love that you can apply all these things with your finger, because if you're doing a sporting event, you wake up really early in the morning to get ready. I set my stuff out the night before, so I'll take my running bra, which is important, and what I'm wearing on my bottom, which is usually knickers. Sometimes it's a skirt over the knickers, the sparkly red skirt that I wore at Tinkerbell. Oh, they sell these really cool headbands. Oh man, I have to actually do a post on those. That are really great for sports, and they come in all these different colors, and I got them at the expo for the Tinkerbell half marathon, and I definitely want to buy some more when I go this year. Raising lots of money. I have to raise a lot of money to do Tinkerbell this year because I decided to do it that way. So I have to raise over, I think it's $21.30 or something like that, some number over $2,000 to get into Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell's in January, so it's great because it's in January. The parks open later, so that means that the race has a longer time in the parks, which means as a result they can send you through more of Disneyland. So you get to see almost all of Adventureland, and you go through New Orleans Square and see, did we run through Tomorrowland? I can't even remember. I mean, it's kind of a different brain that you have when you're running, going through these things. Getting ready 4 or 5 in the morning to get ready to go out and get into your corral before you start running or walk running or whatever you do. A lot of these events, like a half marathon, Tinkerbell half marathon, you can do it as a walk run, which I really recommend for people who are starting out doing athletics, that you don't just go rushing right into running. You start off really easy and just gear up slow. Start off with where you're mostly walking with a little bit of running. I think you want to tease your body into running, and you definitely don't want to overdo it, because you can hurt yourself in your ankles and your knees, and the tendency is to want to go all out because you're like, hey, I remember doing this as a kid. It's not a good idea. I lay out all my stuff. I lay out all of what I'm wearing. I even pin my race number to my shirt already, so it goes on. I put, if there's a chip, timing chip that goes on your shoe, I attach that the night before, so everything's laid out like a really sleepy zombie-like person, which is who I'm going to be when I get up that early in the morning, can just put stuff on in the right order. And I did the same thing with my makeup, so I started with the light, from the lightest to the darkest. So I started with the goldy one, and then this one, which was next, and then if I was doing the this one, I would make that one next, so I'd line that up like that on the counter. And then this for the blush. For the contour, because I'm really a big fan of contour. I didn't used to be. I used to think it was like such an 80s thing to do, but I'm really into it now and what it can do. I mean, as long as you blend it in and you don't look all crazy, I think it can really sculpt your face in the light and make it look younger, make your cheekbones look higher. It's a really good technique to learn. So this is Jouer Luminizing Moisture Tint. It's SPF 20, oil-free. It is just a little bit darker than my skin. So I have not the lightest. Basically, I used to be able to, before I moved to California and started doing a lot of stuff outdoors, I used to be able to wear the lightest thing, the lightest foundation that you would buy from any one of the lines. If it was Neutrogena or L'Oreal, it would be the lightest one, but now I'm maybe the second lightest one. So anyway, this is the Jouer Moisture Tint. That's what it looks like on my hand. I'm going to rub it in a little bit so you can see. See, it's just a little bit darker than my skin tone, so I can take, I'm going to be blending. This is not going to look right, but I can take a little bit of it and just put it under my cheekbones and then blend it into the pink color that I used, or this coral color. It really looks bright. It's not this bright. Mascara, instead of using a waterproof mascara, I haven't really found a formula that I've fallen in love with. So I use a 2-step process. I take whatever mascara that I'm using right now. It's this one, Smashbox Full Exposure in Jet Black. Really great, has a nice wand. Here, I'll show you the wand. See, it's good. I mean, you get a lot of coverage with just a few swipes of it, so it's nice, and it doesn't clump a whole lot, and you can build it up, which is great. Then when that dries, I put that on, and then I've got this Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Genius. Yes, Lash Genius. This thing is awesome because it takes any mascara that you have, and you put this over the top, you know, up like here and even down like that. After your mascara is dry, not right after you put on the mascara, but let it dry, and then put this on, and it seals it. And it's, yeah, Lash Genius, it's waterproof top coat. So you could be wearing potentially, which I made this year, some kind of bright, crazy mascara color, green or blue or purple, because I love that. And I could put this on the top, and it'll still be waterproof, and it won't. Eyebrows, for my look that I'm going to show you, Milani Brow Tint Pen is what I put on my eyebrows. Now this I'm finding is a little challenging to use, so I might, I don't know, it depends on how good I get with this. I need to, in the morning before a race, I need to be able to put stuff on and not be really thinking and not be aware, because it's just so hard to actually get asleep at the time that you're supposed to. So you're just going to be missing sleep. You make sure you sleep really well the night before a race, or before the night before a race, because the night before a race, you're gonna be too excited, you'll be nervous, maybe, or just you'll be with your friends and because you're away and you don't want to go to sleep. Aveda Mineral Tinted Moisture SPF 14, which is maybe not enough coverage to wear, but I think I could layer this over a stronger SPF. Like I really like Neutrogena Sport Face. It seems to stay on really well, seems to be waterproof, and it doesn't pill like some of the other Neutrogena, the dry touch ones pill underneath any foundation I've found for me. So this one I used, it's just a tint, so it's not going to get all over my running clothes. And then throw on a nice concealer in places where you need it. Just use it really sparingly, and then when you put it on your hand, like I always put concealer, a little dab of it on my hand, and then I use my finger. Do I have a clean finger on this hand? I have a thumb. Okay, hold on. I use my finger and I kind of rub it in a circle, and that gets it sort of into a little bit of it emulsifies it a little bit, I think. Even when I'm running a race and I know I'm going to be sweating, I will set it with this bisque, just a little bit of it just to set it. So for the eyes, I like to tight line with this Up Forever Aqua Eyes pencil, and this one is in OL. I got schmutz on there, which is the black one that they have. These are great, and it's great on the waterline. It's great on the upper waterline like this. I did use this at Tinkerbell. This is Maybelline Ultra Liner Waterproof. It's waterproof, but it forms kind of a strip, and if you do sweat a lot, sometimes that can come off. I mean, it's pretty easy to apply, but you need your liquid eyeliner skills to be good. You need to have a good hand with that, and I don't always have a great hand with that. I tend to prefer Milani's black pen that looks kind of like this. This is the brow pen, but they have an eyeliner pen that works really well for me. And then I'll top the whole thing off with a little bit of Bare Minerals Mineral Veil, which is translucent and won't leave those tracks on my clothing. I'm really excited for the Olympics, you guys. Aren't you really excited? Come on. I'm going to London. I'll be there for the last 2 days. I won't be able to go to anything because it's impossible to get tickets, but I'll be there, and the energy of the city and that wonderful city, London, and gonna see a lot of theater and try a lot of new stuff, go to a lot of restaurants and a lot of museums and just soak it up, and I hope it's not too hot. I'm going to Rome for a week, and I really hope it's not too hot there. One more thing, I forgot the lips. I realized I forgot the lips. My lips for my waterproof look, you'll see the photos of it. I use Smashbox Limitless Lip Stain and Color Seal Balm in Sangria. And this is one of these products that has a stain on one end and this balm, colored balm on the other that seals it, and it really lasts a long time. Usually if I put this on at like 8:30 in the morning or 9, it's still on by lunchtime, and that's when I have to retouch it. So I figure that's gonna last pretty well during a race. If you don't want to risk this part making your this greasy part, it's really more of like the balm. But anytime you put something like that that's kind of oily, it's going to make the stain come off and move around a little bit. So it tends to, even though it makes your lips feel better, it tends to shorten the life of any kind of lip product that you're going to put on. So what you can use is just the stain and let that set for a really long time, and then maybe top it off with something that's not quite as greasy, something that's more like something like this, like just a regular balm. And I think that'll work at least as well, maybe better than that. So that was the lips, and thanks again. Happy Olympics, yay! Go out there and get some exercise and look pretty while doing it. Thanks.